Baby, this is do or die. Feel it in my veins tonight. Emotional suicide. You know it's an eye for eye. I didn't wanna walk the plank. But the Mariona, it came like the thunder. I was on my way to going under. Swimming in the banya, I was covered in a tidal wave, But I'm a fighter, trying to take me down, I'm going higher. Baby, you've been playing with some fire. You've been playing with fire. One day you will see what you made of me. Found my inner peace. You watch it release in the dead of night. In the dead of night. Baby, when the sword die, you know it's an eye for eye. Feel the energy align in the dead of night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 11, where SnB's F1 series takes on the shortest circuit of the season, Austria. There are long straights, tight corners, and a flowing sector. The Red Bull Ring isn't as easy as it seems. Penalties will be the story tonight, as it was last week at Canada. If you don't know a lot about Austria, let's go ahead and take a look. Stack, what's up? How are you? I hope you're having a great night. Austria is going to be a fun one. The Red Bull Ring. Let's take a look at the track.
The hills are alive with the sound of engines. It's race day here at the Austrian Grand Prix. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 meters above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3.
All right, you saw it there. This track holds 10 turns, and I think we're going to be looking around a minute 4 to a minute 5 for this race. And Dion is saying it might rain in the race. How about that? We have not seen that too much. I don't know. I think we had an ending of a race come out with rain, but we'll see what happens here. Austria, key is nailing the final 2 corners in Castrol Curve. On track report, dry qualifying, rain during the race. Thank you, Dion and David. Both are driving tonight. Dion is the league owner for F1, so good luck, gentlemen. I hope you do great. Mr. Met, how are you tonight? I hope you're doing well. So yeah, we're in qualifying at the moment. Polish Hammer, he was, we had a couple of difficulties with the lobby earlier, so we had to split it up. But in the lobby I was in, Polish Hammer had some really solid times out there. I do believe he's running around a 1:05. So speaking to him beforehand, he was saying, I feel actually pretty confident. And he's like, it feels a little weird, but he's got some confidence heading into tonight. He does have a podium finish here this season. He is a rookie. We'll see if he can't make a win happen. Go on board. They do have a couple of long straights here. The best passing opportunities are going to be into turn 1 or uphill in turn 3. Portugal had the final 5-6 laps in the rain. I knew it was somewhere. I just couldn't remember what the name of the track was. But yeah, Portugal. I'm going to write that down, actually. The rain for then. And I want to see some rain now. I think we're going to see a lot of penalties tonight. Especially we've had some drivers have issues heading into turn 1. Lap 1, turn 1 is always the most difficult, especially getting all of these drivers into it and out of it in one piece. So we'll see what happens, but a minute 5 for Culture. We have Polish Hammer P2 with a minute 5.6. Jacob in third with a 1 minute 5 seconds, 1.05.6. Look at all these 05s, absolutely incredible. We're gonna have some close racing tonight. You'll love to see it. We've had a couple of movers as far as point goes, so I'm gonna bring up the points here. The one thing that has remained consistent is Jacob in the lead with 184 points. Mayor of Bag City, he is out there in second with 147 points. Rangers, he's got 114 points. He has fallen. He is here tonight, has missed the last couple of races. Culture, 1 point behind in fourth, 113 points. Rounding out the top 5 is going to be Leaf Justin at 90 points and J-Mac Attack just on the outside looking in for the top 5. He's got 77. The constructors standings, we have Ferrari. They're absolutely dominating out here, and that is going to be Mayor of Bag City and Jacob. You saw them in the points, P1 and 2. They have 331 points total. Aston Martin in second with 206. Mercedes in third with 190. McLaren's got 104 points, sitting P4. And Williams is going to round out the top 5 with 77. So both our Ferrari drivers have 4 wins this season. Absolutely insane. I don't know how they do it. I'm curious. Rangers, he's got 1 win this season. He has come back after a 2-week break. Can he get it done tonight? Penalties will be a thing. I've mentioned it, but we really will have to watch it. Stack says you don't need the power of Duracell that powers Williams Racing. Until you do, he says. Right? I know. Oh my gosh. Mr. Matt went in 20,000 lug nuts out there. Nice. Very nice. All right, Culture still on the board with a minute 5.5. Polish Hammer, 1.05.6. 650 Jacob with a 105.672. Rangers on the board, P4. I've said this. He usually waits to go out until the final couple of minutes. I think he's trying to get back in the hang of things. He's out there early on. He's on board with a minute 5.8. Along with Mayor of Bag City, we see a lot of competition between third, fourth, and fifth. So I'm excited. I am really excited. So we'll see what happens here. But I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of battling between those drivers. Flea, what's up? Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Silent Boy, how are you? I hope you're doing well. We're on round 11. The Red Bull Ring. The scenery is amazing. The track is fast. It is not easy, though. We do have a couple of corners that it does take precision. You can easily overdrive it, get those penalties. But we're on board with Hokey Fan, and he looks like he's got a great sector, too. Let's see if we can continue that on. Wolfish is a new driver. First race last week. We'll see what he can do here tonight. Blue Husky, a minute 7, a lot of minute 7. So I do believe that these drivers will be in a very, very close pack. You guys know I say it. If you see these times close together in qualifying, it always happens that in the race, we see those same drivers battling it out. So, man, I'm getting excited. You add the rain element in there, and ooh, I'm glad I'm in the booth watching these guys, because it is hard enough for me to take on road courses and on the dry surface. Add in rain? Okay, we're gonna make it interesting out here. David MC heads into pits. He's a minute 7.4. Charger, a minute 7.5. Dion, a minute 7.7. Skylin, he is out here joining us once again. I'm pretty excited. He is an old-time SnB member. Done our Cup Series, our IndyCar Series, F1 Series. He joined late in the season, said, I'll join you guys for a few races. I can't do them all, but here he is out here tonight. J-Mac Attack, looks like he has not made a lap left. I saw him lose connection earlier on, but one thing remains consistent: culture. On the top of the leaderboard for qualifying with a 1.05.3. Polish in second. These guys have not changed at all. So our top 5 drivers, very, very close in time. And yeah, I'm ready. Can we fast forward and go to the race? We have 8 minutes left, so anything can change, and I guarantee they will get faster. But I think we're going to have a 1 stopper tonight. If it starts raining, obviously that's going to change things up. But all of these guys, except for Skylin, are on the soft tires for qualifying. He is on the mediums. Culture improves that time to a 1.05.3. Extremely close still. Absolutely incredible. All right, let's go on board with Jacob. So consistent out here. I want to see what he can do.
Just resubbed for 1 month.
Advocacy. I totally just butchered that. Thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate that. I don't know why I couldn't say your name. I apologize, but thank you for the sub. That is amazing. Mr. Med, that's what I'm talking about. Some sub hype. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Jacob, a very fast driver, leading the points. Out here for Ferrari. P4 on the board. Last race, I feel like didn't go the best. I feel like he's gonna do a lot better this week. Mayor of Bag City is teammate for Ferrari. He's sitting P2. Rangers, I'm concerned for him. I know he's dropped in points from missing 2 weeks, but when he nails it, he really nails it. So I want to see that happen tonight. If we see a mistake from him early on, usually that tells me that his race isn't going to go well for the remainder of it. So if he gets a solid start, I think we're going to see him podium, if not the win. You did your best. I know. Keep up the great work broadcasting. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's amazing. All right, Rangers, here we go. 105.1. He goes to the top of the board right in front of Culture. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, Ranger, when he is on it, he is hard to beat. So I want to see him back. I want to see him do really, really well. Stacka, I know, right? Yensa, how are you? I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. All right, so our top 3 is going to be Rangers, Culture, Mayor of Bag City. Culture, let's see. He has 1 win this season. Mayor, he has 4. Rangers also has 1. Polish, if he gets a win tonight, that will be his first of the season. He will be so excited as a rookie coming in here. I'm seriously impressed with the runs that he is making, getting on the podium, and the competition between him and those other drivers. He is always battling it out with several guys in packs throughout the race. So really fun to watch. We will definitely be tuning in and watching what kind of battle he'll be having tonight. Jacob, points leader, always strong. He's in the pits right now. Hokie fan, super strong also. You see him podium a couple of times here. He's a minute 6.0, just flirting with the 105. So we'll see if he can't bring that down, but we have just under 5 minutes left in qualifying. Woofish is a rookie just joining us the past couple of races. Oh no, it's Shames. He is a rookie out here also. 106.9. David, 107.007. Hopefully that'll bring him some luck out here. Blue Husky in 11th, Skyline in 12th, Charger 13th, Dion 107.7, J-Mac still in the pits. Stripping off downforce here, maxing the straights is key now. I agree. If you do not have the speed on the straights, you're not going to have the overtakes that you need and the momentum that you need heading into the next corner. So you have to get on the throttle as soon as you can and really make sure that you have that speed heading into there, making those passes. Turn 1, that's going to be a huge overtaking point along with heading into turn 3. If they can nail those two sections, they will be good to go. But I think we're going to see a lot of guys have issues with turn 1. It'll be very interesting to see. Paul, how are you? I hope you're doing well tonight. These guys are really hanging out. The top 5 and the 105s, very close together. Several 106s. We have 4 of them out there, and looks like 5 107. So a pretty close field overall. It's going to be wild. If you guys are just tuning in, there is rumors of rain. We'll see what happens here. Portugal, there was rain in the last 5 or 6 laps. We've had rain for qualifying. I'm curious if we'll get more rain for here. J-Mac, have an issue staying in the session. We've had so many issues with the sessions tonight. I don't know. It's making me a little nervous. You won't see it as much in race trim. You risk multiple track limit busts if you are not careful. We've already had a couple of drivers have penalties in practice. So I guarantee we are going to see some penalties out here. Heading into turn 1 is a huge one. So yeah, keep an eye out. Looking forward to the mayhem in this race. Red Bull Ring. They don't call it that for no reason, right? It is the shortest circuit for our season. One of the shortest in F1 itself. But definitely exciting, definitely challenging. And yeah, these guys have a lot to, a big uphill battle to climb here. I'm doing great, Paul. I'm excited. We're going to get some rain from what I hear. Look at that. That's literally what it looks like in Ohio right now. Just fog everywhere. I hope you guys are staying safe. I know Ohio is just getting slammed. The air quality is very unsafe right now. We have, some issues going on track right now. Let's go through, see if we can find out what's happening. For those drivers, I know. Yellow's down to, that sucker turned to red. Very interesting to see if we're going to have that during the race. So far, everyone's looking good, but I was very late looking at that. Yes, I don't know, man. It's wild. It literally looked like fog everywhere. Brown fog. It's been like this for weeks, but then it got a little better. Today was awful. All right, Ranger still holding out. Minute 5.1. Cultures in second. Mayor of Bag City still holding out third. Polish fourth. Jacob fifth. We have just under 45 seconds left in qualifying. It smelled, yeah, it smells like campfire. That's what it smells like to me. It smells like campfire. It's pretty wild how that affects so many people. So far away, you know? I know J-Mac keeps leaving the session. He's actually not feeling well. So I wouldn't be surprised with all the connection issues he is having that he just says, you know what? Might try to do a start and park or just say, I'll see you guys next week. Actually, next week we are off. 4th of July. We will be back in 2 weeks for Silverstone. Let me know what you guys think about Silverstone. How many penalties do you think the highest is going to be tonight? 21 seconds, 17. You guys tell me. I'm hearing that is going to be a huge issue tonight. These guys getting those penalties, just trying to get that little Little hint of one up over the next driver. Pushing the limits a little too hard, and off they go, pushing the limits, and there you go. Silverstone, I know. All right, our top 7 drivers, they are still continuing on. Rangers in the pits. We'll see if they can improve their time. Mayor of Bag City retired from the session. Justin. The lobbies tonight, guys. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know what's going on with it. May get the night off on Tuesday due to All-Star break. How about that? Anyone going to the Chicago street circuit for NASCAR? All right. Just coming down to the wire here. The only drivers left is going to be Mayor Justin and Rangers, who is in the pits. Jungle, are you seriously? You need to take all the pictures. If you seriously are. No, Yensa says. Where are you sitting? All I've seen is like the $1,600 tickets. I'm good. I'm good. I hear you, Stacka. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, Jacob gets P5 out here. Our pole sitter. How about that? Rangers 105.1. JDM Culture in second, 105.3. Mayor of Bag City, 105.386. Polish Hammer, 105.4. And Jacob is going to round out the top 5 with a 105.4. Top 5 in the 105s. And then we start with the 106s. So let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited. Main target is Battle on the Bricks in September. I really need to get to... I know, Polish, that's what I'm saying. Yes, top 5 separated by 3/10. Yeah. That's insane. Absolutely insane. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a great battle out there. I'm saving for new pedals. My gas pedal stopped working Sunday after my league race. I've heard of people like switching their pedals so they don't have to get a new brake system here. So I don't know. Check into it. See if you can do that. IMSA's return to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's amazing. All sorts of new things happening. I love it. All right, these guys are getting ready for the formation lap. Early predictions. Who is going to win this race? Rangers is on the pole. We have Ferrari teammates. Mayor of Bag City and Jacob, who are always extremely strong. Will we have Polish get his first win? I don't know. With the rain coming, I feel like anything can happen, especially with the penalties. We've seen drivers lose so many spots due to those penalties. We're going to have to see these guys really take it easy. Rangers, if he gets a clean break, yeah. If he has a clean start, he's usually nailing it. All right, let's see what tires these guys are out on. Mediums and hards for these drivers. I do believe we are going to see a one-stopper. Rain may mix that up. We'll see. Not just yet, Racer, but we're getting to it. We're on the formation lap. They will be gridding up. And then the lights will be out here at the Red Bull Ring. Mayor of Funky Town. All right. I can see it. He is insanely fast. You really have to nail these starts. We'll see how Culture gets for his start. Rangers teammate Justin back P7. Aston Martin hoping for a strong day. They sit P2 in the constructor standings. You can see it here. He has been on a roll. Absolutely. We saw him get several wins last season, but it was Rangers who dominated. Quite the turnaround this season. And then put Jacob in the mix here. These guys are splitting down the middle the wins. There they go, lined up. Hokie fan disqualified. Hopefully get him back in. Sitting aboard Rangers. All these guys. 3 drivers disqualified. We'll get them back in, ready, set. Here we go. The lights are out at the Red Bull Ring. Round 11 is underway, and these drivers, they will head 3 wide already heading into the first corner. Let's see if we can make it through without any casualties. Seemed to be these guys took it pretty easy. We had a driver go pretty wide through, but Jacob sits P4, Mayer in second. Ranger still hanging out in the lead here. Polish trying to take a look underneath of Jacob. Holds off on it. We already have a caution in sector 2 here. Looks like that is going to be for David. He is off and running. No harm, no foul. Hopefully doesn't have any damage. You can see Dion on the tail of the field here. Let's take a look. Rangers, he's got Mayor of Bag City. He moved up a position. Going to be P2, and he is going to be on the heels of Rangers here. Sector 2 and 3, Skyland is going to be involved. He is head first into the guardrails. He will have wing damage. He is off and moving. Really unfortunate start for him here. I know he's trying to get the hang of things. You can see the one-stop strategy, medium to hards, or vice versa. Rain will come into effect here pretty soon. We'll see how much rain. Let's go on board with Mayor of Bag City. You can see behind him, he's got Culture and his teammate Jacob back there. Straight ahead, though, is what he is worried about. These guys cannot afford any mistakes. Sitting just under a second behind Rangers. We'll see what he can do. Culture's looking very strong. The gap between these drivers is pretty consistent. A long train out here right now. Polish Hammer still hanging on to Jacob. Rangers, a 108.1, going to be the fastest time so far in the race as we head lap 3 of 36. Mayor of Bag City, the first penalty, and it's 3 seconds. Already we start off. Man, we've seen him lose quite a bit of positions due to these penalties, so he's really going to have to watch that. DRS is alive, and there is several spots that they can use that in. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of drivers get those penalties turn 1 and a couple other ones that are pretty tricky as they head into them. Turn 3 is another spot. Pretty close quarters out there to make the turn. Kind of a hairpin turn there, so they will have to watch that. Gap is increasing between Rangers and Mayor as he has got to back it down now. He can't afford any more mistakes. Rangers a 107.9. I'm getting excited, you guys. We've seen him gone for 2 weeks. Here he is back tonight, and he is just getting consistently the fastest time so far in the session. He is increasing that gap between him and Mayor. I don't know if it stays dry out here. Rangers is just on a roll, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx these guys. We've seen a couple of races where I completely jinxed them. So let's not have that happen. He's trying to make a comeback as he is back out here after a couple of weeks off. JDM Culture really pushing those boundaries out there. Using every piece of track that he can, looking so solid. The improvement that I've seen from him this season is very exciting. He has gained a lot of momentum, a lot of speed heading into these races. No, we don't want to jinx him. We don't want to jinx him. Most of these guys are on hards or mediums. So it tells me that they are planning one stop. You see the sky, though it looks like the rain will start to happen here very soon. That might change things up if that surface gets pretty soaked. Penalties so far, the only one is Mayor of Bag City with 3 seconds in penalties. You can see culture. These guys, they try to push the limit. They try to get on the throttle as soon as they can, and that really upsets the car. Get a little oversteer there as they're coming out of the exits. Jacob, let's take a look at him. Sitting directly behind Culture. He is really putting the pressure on him. So we know why we're seeing Culture really push the limits here. He's got a lot going on ahead of him, and he's got some drivers really wanting that 4th spot, or 3rd spot, I should say. So he's got a lot to race for. Polish Hammer going to be on the back of this crew in the top 5. We saw him in the 105s in qualifying, so no surprise here. We do have Dion. It looks like something happened with him. Let's take a look. He is still off and running, so not too many issues, but Skyland, you can see him back there completely on his own island, just trying to hold on to his car. Let's see if he made a stop here. No stops for him. Yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of curious how much rain we're going to get. And if we get it, I don't know. Maybe it could change. But Ranger's really increasing his lead over the rest of the field. I'm excited for him. He has not done as well this season as he did last season. Completely dominated with, I do believe, 9 wins. So he's got 1 win so far out of 11 rounds. He's looking for another one. He's hungry for it. You can see it tonight. Really fun to watch. Airbag City, he's got his view on Rangers up there, heading into the corner here. Turn 1, a tricky spot, and we have a 2-wide battle. Culture taking it back. He's going to go to P2. Mayor of Bag City going to go to P3. This will not be the final battle. He is going to put the front end to his rear. Man, oh man. What a battle between these drivers. Really pushing the limits, heading in there. Very, very strong. Culture getting a great exit. Mayor's teammate, Ferrari, out here. He's saying, you know what? I'm just going to hold back a little bit. I don't know. These two are making me nervous. 2nd and 3rd. It's an incredible battle, but I know they've had their issues in the past. I know Mayor has not been happy with Culture, so he's not going to take it easy on him. J-Mac has left the session. I don't see any cautions out here. I don't know if he lost connection or if he just called it and said, you know what, I'm out. Sitting P8. Hopefully we see him back in. Pokey fan, how about that? He is out here P5 with Polish Hammer, who has fallen quite a bit. 3.3 behind Hokey. Not sure what kind of issues he is having, but he has definitely fallen. Charger, he has gotten 3-second time penalty. Polish on those mediums. Justin behind Polish here, and he's on those hard tire compound. All right, we still got the AI in control of J-Mac. We'll see if he can't make his way back in here. Oh no, it's Shames sitting P9. 4.4 behind the AI of J-Mac Attack. Oh no, it's Shames. His teammate, David, is going to be in 10th. Wolfish, 3-second time penalty. He is sitting P11 currently. The only one in the top 3 that has a penalty will be Mayor of Bag City, but take a look. This gap is still ever increasing, but raindrops. We have raindrops, you guys. This is where it starts to get interesting. A lap 9 of 36. We're ticking these laps down. Now we're going to find out how wet the surface will get. Will they come in? What will they take? A lot of these drivers will try to push the limits, hang out as long as they can, and hope that the track will remain dry enough that they can keep their tires on. But we're going to have to keep an eye on it. Polish Hammer, 3-second time penalty. Let's take a look at the penalties. Everyone that has a penalty still has 3 seconds. We have Rangers heading into the first corner, just out of it. Turn 2, and he's going to be heading into this sharp corner up here of turn 3. Sector 3, we have an issue out there. That's going to be Husky. He's making his way into the pits. If ever there was a space to have an issue, that would be it. So you can go right on the pit lane. We're going to have David. He is coming out of the pits here, heading into the first corner. Take a look at Jacob. He is right on the heels of Culture. Track might be getting a little slippery now. He's gonna try to see if he can take a look on the inside. You can see, man, the handling is a little off. These guys are making their way in. All right, we're getting that tire change. Let's take a look at the tires, see what we're gonna take here. If DRS is X'd out, I'd pit in immediately for wets. All right, Stacky, you called it right there. You called it. Yes, Mayor did get past. All right, we got the intermediates. Two for intermediates. All right, we have a lot going in for that. These drivers, we must be in for it then. Ranger stays out. I'm pretty shocked, honestly. He's got to hope for no mistakes, and hopefully his time is not going to hurt him so much that he's going to fall out of the first place. Look at all these drivers. Most of them have gone in. J-Mac back out on track. All right, J-Mac's AI goes to second. Leave Justin still on the hard tires. He's sitting P3. Aston Martin, both cars in the top 3. Mayor of Bag City, one of the first ones to go in. Yeah, you can see the conditions are definitely getting a little wet out here. Blue Husky, he has left the session. Oh, man. Rangers goes in. Here we go. Back out once again. You can see Mayor of Bag City right behind him. Will he be able to come out on top? Man, oh man, that is extremely close. Rangers P1, Mayor of Bag City directly behind him. He lost a little bit of time with that. $1.5 behind our leader, Culture, 4.6. So, man, a huge drop-off between second and third. Don't forget, guys, we do have a penalty. Mayor of Bag City, 3 seconds. Ranger, if he can just keep it clean out there. We still have a lot of racing left. It's only 12 of 36. Anything can happen. Last week at Canada, we were riddled in penalties. So hopefully the same does not happen tonight. Our top 2. Rangers increasing that gap. 1.9 and still moving. JDM Culture about 10 seconds behind. Here he goes. He's currently sitting in the pits. The only driver left. And he's going to take those intermediates. Off he goes. He is going to fall down to P7. Oh no, it's Shames in 8th currently. He's going to pass over Culture. Move up to that 7th spot. Let's take a look at Hokie Fan. Look at this weather, you guys. Man, oh man. All right, you guys tell me who have experience out here. I have not raced in a rain race. How much grip do these tires give you? Is it enough to feel confident in how you're driving it, or do you have to be extra careful? J-Mac, he is aboard his machine. Sitting 5th currently. Mayor of Bag City, 2 seconds back. Flirting between 1.9 and 2 seconds back. Heading into turn 3. Last time I played was F1 Challenge. Intermediates weren't enough for this condition. All right, that's what I was curious. I know some of you guys were saying wets. Stacka, I know you were saying wet, so I'm a little surprised if we start seeing puddles. I think these guys are gonna be in trouble. Rangers, you can tell he's being a little bit more delicate heading through these corners. You have to be a little bit more careful. There he goes, gets a little loose. There's a lot of grip. Okay, because it doesn't look like it. It does not look like a lot of grip. Husky, what happened to you? Skyland has retired 2 DNFs. Skyland, Blue Husky. I can make intermediates work, but had to really increase braking distance. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we have caution. All sectors. Husky, if you want in here, you let me know. I'm assuming that's going to be from Skyland there. Unfortunate to see. They had traction control too. Okay. Server back wing damage. Man, oh man. Brutal. What happened to Hokie Fan? Was that Hokie then? 3 drivers out within just a couple of laps. An entire team is going to be McLaren out of the race here at Austria. So unfortunate. I was really hoping to see all these drivers continue and be able to finish the race. But man, oh man, these conditions are quickly deteriorating for these drivers. Rangers goes on to pits. All right. What do you think he's going to take? Will he take the wets? All right, he's going to stay, looks like on intermediates. Interesting. 2 stops for him, 16 of 36. Hokie Fan, Skyland, Husky, all these drivers. We're in for the long haul here. All right, we're going to invite Husky. If you want to get in here, you're more than welcome to. Obviously, these guys have changed as far as their strategy. One stop was going to be the Hopes tonight. That has since changed. We have deteriorating conditions with this rain that is coming down. Husky, how do you think the remainder of this race is going to go? Do you know anything about the weather on if we're going to see the sun sneak out?
The forecast center said that there was going to be a 10-minute window of rain, but it was going to get worse once it started. But I think this is as worse as it's going to get. We're 16 of 36. There's a possibility that we can get the sun out, but right now, everything is equal again. There's no I'm faster than you at this moment because it's the rain. Anything can happen in the rain, and anybody will have a shot at this if they play their cards right.
Absolutely. Polish Hammer, he goes into pit. Rangers, I like, has called a pit earlier on, so we're going to see him on those fresh tires. Hopefully a little bit more grip for him. Mayer stays out. Polish going to fall down. But man, definitely looking pretty wet out there. Who is your pick to win tonight, Husky? He stays silent.
I had to adjust my volumes there. Couldn't hear anything.
Oh. Who is your pick to win tonight?
Right now, it's just the safe bet to say Rangers. It's got the faster car. Now, the rain does make an interesting hurdle to get over, but I'm sticking with the favorite here right now, and that'd be Rangers.
Yeah, we do have Mayer with that penalty, so if he does remain in the lead, he will have to make that gap over 3 seconds to keep that lead. And what we saw last week, the drivers with penalties, just too much to overcome, and lost quite a few positions. Hopefully we don't see that here tonight, but Polish, Jacob, Wolfish, Charger, all penalties, and they sit currently P8 to P11. How about J-Mac moving up 12 spots at this point? I know something happened to him and he lost connection, just got back in, but so far he's having a pretty solid race.
Yeah, he's been in and out throughout all of qualifying as well, so. But he's sitting up there. He's in good position. He needs to time this perfectly once the safety car comes in. But other than that, I'd be sitting right there and pretty. Get a couple of more positions if you can. Try to boost your team's points in the standings for the constructors. But I'm not going to go too crazy. I know I ain't got the car to fully compete with the guys up front. So I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy the show. Let them wreck themselves.
Absolutely.
With this rain.
I know we're going to see a lot of mistakes here. Things are pretty slippery. The grip is not as great as they were hoping with the rain out here, but safety car will be in this lap and we will go back to racing heading into lap 19 of 36, just at the halfway mark. There's still a lot of racing left, and if the weather does straighten out and we see the sun come out, I think things will get even more interesting. But right now, Mayer, he's hoping to keep Rangers behind him, and he's got to keep it clean. No more penalties from him. We can't see that anymore. Here they come. Mayer's going to come around the corner here. Rangers really going to have to nail this, and off they go. Mayer with a great start. Rangers directly behind him.
Wreck, big wreck in the back.
Huge wreck. I'm trying to see, but man, oh man, we lost 2 more drivers. David Jacob immediately on restart. Man, oh man, what a brutal race. 5 drivers already out of the race. Jacob had a pretty strong start, and unfortunately, I just was on board with him and saw his car. I don't know what happened between the two, but man, sorry to see.
Surprised that the safety car, seeing that it was on the main straight. But I guess the Stewart's got it all cleaned up.
Yeah, it seemed like a kind of a big wreck happening there, so I'm a little bit surprised. But Mayor of Bag City, he is still out currently in the lead. Rangers just over half a second behind. J-Mac Attack, he is not in control of his car. He's got the AI once again as he lost connection. Hopefully we'll see him back. We got Justin P4. Aston Martin sitting second and fourth, so if they can finish that way, be a very solid points night. But Rangers hoping to get that win. Rain still coming down, definitely going to affect these drivers for a few more laps. How about Shames? He's up to P5. We have another Sector 1 caution, and that is going to be Wolf. Man, oh man.
Now deployed for that incident.
Yeah.
And
so unfortunate.
Season record of 2 in a single race.
These cars are dropping like flies. Absolutely incredible. We really need replays.
It doesn't help with some of these turns and the way that they're made. I mean, you look at turns 9, turns 10, those really don't help, especially in the rain, let alone this one that the leaders are going around right now. But unfortunately, that's the love-hate relationship of this racetrack. It's good, it's fast, it's short, but you got turns that are going to bite you at every single second that if you just even think about going off to the side just a little bit, it'll get you.
Absolutely. Can't ever pause it to hook up your headset, I guess. Oh no! Swaggy. No. Brutal. I hate to see it. We've lost 6 drivers now. Absolutely incredible. Such a short circuit. But man, oh man, does it pack a punch. Red Bull Ring, and I feel like these guys are just fighting a mean one tonight. We have the condition with the rain. We have these corners that are not helping, that Husky has spoke to us about, but brutal. And that rain does not look like it is letting up anytime soon.
It's not going to get any worse either, and that's the tricky spot. With the inters, you want it to where it's where it is right now. I mean, if there's almost about a thunderstorm coming, then that's when you want to get those wets put on. But right now, these inters are where they're going to be. I'm going to stick with these until it really either dries up all the way or unless a big old storm coming through here. But other than that, this is going to be your tires of choice.
Yeah, we've had Rangers, he has 2 stops. Polish Hammer, Dion, 2 stops. But the rest of these guys, they're still on the intermediates that they originally changed here. So I'm curious if we're going to see anyone come in to do any more tire switching, but get fresh tires, I don't see it happening. 2 DNFs in a row due to post-safety car shenanigans. David. No, David. Man. I'm hoping Shames can bring it home with a solid finish tonight. That would be nice. Swaggy says CPU ran me into the safety car. Are you serious? That's brutal. I'll tell you what, this pace car, safety car, absolutely just flies. At these certain angles, man, he is just moving.
How would you like to drive that safety car?
I figured he'd slow down a little bit for the weather, but no, not happening. All right, so our top 5 is going to be Mayor of Bag City. He is leading us back to green once we go. Rangers in second. J-Mac Attack. In third, Justin is going to be P4. In fifth, we have Oh No, It's Shames. That's going to be your top 5. 6th, we have Culture. 7th is Polish Hammer. 8th is Charger. And Dion going to round out our remaining field. He's going to be in 9th. That is crazy to me. Yeah, I've never seen this many cars DNF this season. I'm hoping we can...
One of the racers say during practice, oh yeah, the F1's Martinsville.
That's true.
But
that's
it's
very
got
true.
The speed of Bristol. So that's the fun part I love about this track is, yes, it does have the best of both of those worlds in a road course. And as I tweeted out this morning, I love the track because of that.
Absolutely. Fun track, fun to watch, but man, oh man, I'm glad I'm not out in this rain. It just is coming down pretty steady, I gotta say. All right, back to racing once again. Mayor of Bag City heads into the corner here. I'm a little nervous. Only 9 drivers remain. J-Mac falls back. He gets very unsteady coming out of the corner. Saves it, though. Only lose a spot, but Shames moves up to P4. They are off and running still. Polish. He's going to be in 6th. Culture in 7th. We saw him up in the top 3 earlier on. Not so much right now. All we can hope for now is for the track to dry out. Lap 23 of 36. It's got to happen soon.
Well, the way that some of them has put their inters on, they could last for the rest of the race. These don't really degrade as much as the slick tires do, unfortunately. So we're gonna see a long time of these on the inters. The only one that I'm worried of are the 12 lap tires.
Absolutely. Rangers just over a half a second behind Mayor of Bag City. I'm kind of curious, will he be able to close that gap, or is Mayor of Bag City better in this condition than he is on the dry surface? David, we need to get you out of the DNF category here. Man, oh man. That's
Same
so
here.
tough. Yeah, you too. Absolutely. Leaf Justin moves up to that 3rd spot, 2.9 behind his teammate Ranger.
We got some wet takers.
Here we go. Shames, J-Mac, Dion. All taking those wet tires. So this must be in for the long haul. Are we going to see the leaders come in? What do you think, Husky?
If it gets a little too, if it gets a little slicker, then yes. You know, I think you'll see that come in. Right now, these two are just focused on one another, especially with the gap that you got. If Rangers does lose a little bit more per second, then he'll definitely come in. I think that. And of course, you know,
Mayor goes in.
Wrong. Get those. Let's see what he got. Is it going to go for wets?
I would imagine. Yeah, he goes to wets. Justin, he is also on pit lane. I would imagine he's going to take the wets, but so far, look, yep, here we go. 5 drivers out on the wet tire compound. Rangers hangs out. He was one of the last to go in the last time to take the intermediate, so we'll see if he makes his way in this time around. But man, that rain is not showing any signs of letting off, so I think the wise decision, if his times are not matching up with these guys, you gotta go in. You can't lose any time like this. You can see how he's taking these corners so gingerly. You cannot push it. You will spin out. You will get the penalties. And right now, he's got a 1-up over Mayor of Bag City because Mayor has that 3-second time penalty. Polish currently sitting 2nd. Culture in 3rd. Charger, so far highest in his league races, is going to sit P4. Here we go. Rangers in.
Leader coming in.
Polish Hammer's going to follow suit. We'll see these guys take the wet tire. Culture is going to follow in. The only one left. Will we see Charger come in?
He's going to stick out on those inters.
Interesting call. He goes to the lead. Going to get that time in. Lead that lap right there.
Behind him.
Oh, he's got some company. He pulls off, lets Mayor go, and yeah, new leader is going to be Mayor of Bag City. Great race for Chargers so far, but 15 laps on those intermediates and the wet conditions. I gotta say, I think he's gonna come in this time around. No way is he gonna stay out.
Yeah, because now you're definitely losing time, especially with your tires being 15 laps old on top of that. Okay, he made that just in time. I thought he was going to go a little
Man.
wider than that.
Yeah. Rangers makes his way on by, but that's going to hold him up probably a little bit. 2.7 seconds behind. He lost a lot of time to Mayer. And Mayer, remember, he's got to keep that 3-second gap if he wants to win this race. He's going to be just under that. Lap 26 of 36, heading to 27. Take a look at this camera. Absolutely insane. It's got to be coming down harder, Husky. I don't see this ending anytime soon. This is crazy.
Well, we can't go into any other tires. This is all we got. So, the thing about these tires is they're made for the full wet conditions, as you see now. Now, the question is going to be for this race. Is Rangers... I believe Rangers is going to keep up this 3-second gap. Will Polish keep a 3-second gap from Mayer? Because now you're looking at Mayer dropping to third if the race ended.
Yeah, you got a good point here.
This is a whole lot closer race than what we're seeing lay out ahead of us.
I'm watching Ranger. When we first came out, he was at 2.4 behind, and he is at 1.9 currently. He's definitely closing that gap, but we have enough time. The question is, if the weather conditions change again and dry up, how is that going to affect how he's trying to close this gap? So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But Mayer looking pretty solid. Rangers, he's got a little one-up on him with that speed.
It's going to come down to what the surface calls for, because the surface is going to be wet a whole lot longer than it will the sky's going to stop raining right now, and it's still going to be wet for a long time. So
Absolutely.
playing the tire game in these conditions is really the key of when do I need to switch over to those inters or those wets, because if I switch over too early, I will lose speed. I will lose position. But if I do it too early, I'll lose speed and positions again. So, gotta nail the wet weather tires perfectly.
Rangers just having a massive run trying to get to the lead here. Just close that gap by about half a second within a couple of corners. So looking very strong, looking very confident, even under these conditions. I think we're going to see him catch up to the back bumper of Mayer rather shortly. I would say within a lap or so. You can see it's coming down to almost 1 second. This is crazy. You have to be so consistent out here. Just a little too much throttle, a little too soon, and your car is going to go around. We've seen so many mistakes made by both of these drivers just in that situation alone. You add the track conditions out here, and anything can happen. You are not safe until this race is over. There's so many mistakes that can be made throughout this track, so it'll be interesting to see who is going to keep it the cleanest and who is going to be able to finish this ahead of the other. Seems to be kind of evening out. Husky 1.1. Not closing that any further like he did. Polish Hammer 4.8. So he has lost a little bit of time.
So I'm just sitting here thinking about this. You're sitting here, you're riding on with Rangers, and you got the TV pod on. You're looking at the car ahead of you. That mist that's coming off the tires off of that Ferrari up there ahead of him, that's going to be thicker and harder to see when we go to F1 23. So that's
interesting.
Going to add another element going into that game compared to this game when it comes to wet conditions. So I'm not trying to look ahead, but I'm trying to look ahead at the same time, because A lot of adjustments have been made. I like the car handling more in that game than in this one. So maybe it's just going to be a game-by-game basis on how handling of the cars feel. But maybe it's what we're going to see throughout this season is we're going to see this battle right here throughout the rest of the season. And then things may change due to the next game and how it plays out there. So differences is coming with the rain, with red flags, with all sorts of stuff that's coming up, licenses and all that stuff. So I've got mine. I'm already putting in the time for next season. But right now I'm just sitting back and enjoying racing. I know I'm not in the title hunt. I know my constructors championship, it ain't gonna go anywhere because I'm the lone driver. But we'll see what Rangers can do here. We got it down to 0.601 seconds. It's 31 of 36. He's got the win if he stays here.
Absolutely.
So do you really want to push it? That's the question to me. In these wet conditions, I would say no. Keep a minimum pace. Keep it at a certain distance. But Ranger wants to pass Mayer.
Yeah, I think he does. He is one to not just say, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna hang back. A lot of times this would be a time where I can see him saying, you know what, it's not worth it. I've got Polish Hammer behind me, 5.2, so I'm not concerned with him at the moment. I just want to keep it clean and make sure that I stay within that 3-second gap, and he is most certainly doing just that. So Mayor of Bag City, he knows he's got the win to lose here, so he's got to try to put a gap on him. But at this point, I don't see it happening. Lap 31 of 36. Man, it's heartbreaking as a driver to see that you're in the lead, that you're doing all the right things, but you had a few mistakes. So now you're gonna, even though you cross the line first, you're not gonna get that win. That has to be very frustrating.
It is. And you know that had to be on the mind of Mayer this entire time. He can try to make up space, but he really can't, because Rangers has just got the way faster car right now. And no matter what he tries to do, if he's going to try to push the car a little harder, it's raining, it's slick, he's going to wreck it. And then you got even worse of a position than what you had. Now, if we had some incident where we are down to 7 cars, let's say, or maybe even 5, then we can probably see a worse result than what he's going to get right now. But right now, he needs to worry about his race. If he gets passed by Rangers or not, it doesn't matter. Just race your line and make sure you bring it home.
Absolutely. Culture and J-Mac, teammates sitting P5 and 6. Culture was on the heels of Leaf Justin trying to make a move for P4. Unable to complete it. He is since losing a little bit of time, but man, oh man. What a tough race out here for a lot of these drivers. Culture is just sitting 0.5 behind him. As Husky was saying, you know, take a look at the spray coming off of Justin. The raindrops. Did drivers see the raindrops as you're driving? Do you see those on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's got to be a huge challenge as you're gaining time on these drivers sitting right behind him. You got the spray happening, you got the rain happening. Culture, he's got a lot to fight for at the moment, sitting P5, trying to go for P4, but man, oh man, that's got to be pretty difficult to try to see and expect where to go when you have that much condensation going on right in front of you.
And it goes back to my point again, is it's going to get a whole lot harder when we get to the next game. But we go through here now. The information I will show you here is we can see in a dry racetrack. You can sit here and you can see who's conserving their ERS compared to who's not. We as drivers cannot see that. They don't blink on our screens. So I cannot tell you if the driver ahead of me is saving his ERS or not, which is something that they need to fix, which they haven't fixed in 23. So I want that bit of information. Like right now, as Chargers gets a 3-second penalty, this is the only time when drivers will see that blinking light is during the rain conditions. You will not see it when a driver is trying to conserve ERS. So there's some things that need to be touched upon, but when you're racing, that's something that you need to know.
Absolutely. Yeah, it goes within the strategy when you use every resource that you can to maximize your position and close that gap as much as you can. And if you're lead, increase the gap. So Rangers 0.5 behind. So he is definitely lowering the distance between him and Mayer. I mean, it is really starting to heat up here. Lap 35 of 36. As it is right now, Mayer of Bag City has no chance of getting the win here tonight, unfortunately. He's done an amazing job, but the 3-second time penalty, unless Rangers also gets one within the next lap or so, tough break. But here we go. Here's the pass going in. Mayer is not going to fight him. He already knows what's going on for this race. He is not going to try to take that from him. New leader, Rangers. Coming out of Sector 2. Yeah. Mayer has a penalty. Polish, he is back into third, but he's also got a penalty. He's far enough away from Justin that he will keep P3 if that is the case. Or actually, I guess he would move up. No, he wouldn't. So that would remain the same for second and third. Leaf Justin is 10.2 behind, so he would, if everything remains the same, stay P4.
Coming around the final corner, on to the last lap.
Yeah, here we go. Last lap. Rangers. He's had one victory so far this season. Missed 2 of the last races. Comes back tonight and just looks so solid out here. In the rain, in the dry conditions, it does not matter. He kept it clean and knock on wood. Don't let me jinx him, you guys. Even if he got a penalty, it wouldn't matter.
You know, as we finish up this last lap here, Ferrari has been the only Ferrari engine showing up in the podium spots, let alone the top 5. Everything else has been Mercedes engine powered. I mean, you're talking about Aston Martin, you're talking about Williams, you're talking about Mercedes themselves, you're talking about McLaren. So right now, there's this one Ferrari team versus the entirety of the Mercedes engine-powered groups here. So
here we go.
Don't know if Ferrari will be able to hang on for too much longer.
Yeah. Rounding out the final corner, Rangers coming down the straight, and he crosses the line. He wins it here at the Red Bull Ring. Huge congratulations. Man, oh man, what a comeback. Misses 2 weeks, came back tonight, and he is in victory lane. Mayor of Bag City gonna be in second. Polish Hammer is gonna round out the podium here. Leaf Justin in fourth. Culture in fifth. J-Mac Attack. I've never seen someone disconnect so many times and come back in, but he is in sixth. Shames in seventh. 8 is going to be Dion. And Charger will be in ninth. What a race for these drivers. So many drivers, unfortunately, taken out. The rain really mixed things up. Was not kind to these drivers, but man, oh man, to the drivers who kept in it and were able to finish, magnificent job. Like, that's really insane. Driver the J Mac Attack, no surprise there. He's had driver of the day several times, but it is Rangers who wins it tonight. Second win of the season. He won back at Bahrain and tonight in Austria.
Oh, and instantly the sun comes out.
Would you imagine? All right, here we go. What a battle for these guys. Polish gets another podium. He is not online though. He's killing me. He's killing me. It is a good race. Tough going for those drivers that were not able to finish out there. Can someone invite Polish if he's showing offline for me? All right, we have Rangers in here. The winner at Austria. Wins 2 so far this season. Man, Rangers, you were looking so solid in the race starting off here. When you knew that we were going to have rain, were you a little nervous or were you confident?
A little bit of both, I guess. You know, it's always a little nerve-wracking with the rain. Not sure how the car's gonna react, but I feel like I'm a decent rain racer, so it was fun. You know, I kind of wasn't as stressful. Like we had a little bit of an advantage in the middle sector on Tim, probably had a little more downforce. Especially when the rain came, and especially when he got that 3-second penalty, it was kind of just. I mean, if I would have finished out behind him at the end, wasn't really trying to push to pass him. So I mean, I was just trying to maintain the 3 seconds, and he's let me go by there on the inside there, so it wasn't too bad. It was good days.
Yeah, I mean, you've missed the last 2 races, came back tonight, won it. We saw you confident in the race starting off, confident in the rain. Really fun to see, though. But I gotta ask, for penalty wise, did you have a few warnings, or were you pretty clean throughout?
I just had one. This guy
Nice.
had one when it started raining, and I got up on the curb and I almost spun out. So, just that one. So I don't know. I know I had good speed tonight, and I knew it was going to rain. I feel like a slightly better rain racer. And Tim felt pretty close. But I think generally I run a little more downforce, so I think that was going to aid me in the rain anyway. But no, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Well, huge congratulations to you on your 2nd win of the season. In 2 weeks, we're off next week, but in 2 weeks we'll be headed to Silverstone. How you feeling about that?
It's a fun track. It's a high speed, so we'll see what happens.
All right, you heard it from Rangers. Comes back after a 2-week break, wins it. Amazing. These guys had a tough race out here tonight. But in second, we had Mayor of Bag City. He had the speed. Unfortunately, he also acquired a penalty, and that lost him the win here tonight. Man, how did your race go? Were you nervous about the rain incoming? How'd it go for you?
I thought it was as good of a race as I could have dreamed of, especially with the rain. You know, Rangers here, Mr. Humble himself, but he's miles way better than me in the rain. So I'm not really surprised. Like, once I saw that forecast, I was like, it's 2nd place for me today is the best I'm going to do. So, you know, picked up that time penalty early, just some bad luck, some hard racing, not giving a lot of room, and you just end up out on the curb. So I picked one up early, but even if I didn't have that penalty, Rangers would have raced me harder in the rain. He would have passed me. I think P2 was my ceiling all day today, so pretty happy that it turned out that way. I was really worried those safety cars were going to hurt me, but we went clean the last, 15-ish laps or so, and I was able to, build that 3-second gap and take it home P2. A tough day for my teammates, so to still get 18 points as a team, that's pretty good. So that's all we can really ask for a race like today.
Absolutely. You guys have such a huge points lead in this constructor standing. So I don't see that hurting you guys too terribly much, but Aston Martin had a huge showing tonight. So that will close that gap a little bit. But man, Mayor, with all the different conditions we saw tonight, you had an amazing race. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, Husky, you want to give Polish Hammer podium finish here? Give him an interview.
Sure. Polish, take me through the final laps here. You're getting into range of the leaders. Then you get a penalty, and then you almost get within the 3 seconds that you were needed. but those 3 seconds would have canceled you off from your penalty. Take me through those laps, what was going on, and just describe what was happening for us.
Well, the first couple laps were, they were something. I was able to stay within 1 second of Jacob, so I was able to keep getting that DRS, but I just made a couple of stupid mistakes at the start. I got two separate corner cutting penalties in one lap, so that was 100% on me. Can't fault anyone there but myself. I knew that I was always going to be the third place car, especially after the pit stops where we changed from the intermediates to wets, and I was gaining on Justin in fourth, but I was not gaining on Rangers or Mayor at all. I was kind of keeping it the same. So once I saw that, I knew, like, okay, as long as I don't do anything stupid, I should just be able to chill here, take my third place, go home happy, and that's what ended up happening. But the penalty, I knew I wasn't going to be able to do anything with that, and you know, it is what it is, and I am absolutely ecstatic with a third place finish.
So you know I'm going to ask these questions since you're the rookie here. Now that we have a majority of a wet racetrack and a race in general, what are you taking away from it?
I'm taking away this. I'm just saying, hey, I'm not as bad in the rain as I thought I was. But you know, honestly, if they want to give us more rain races, you know, I ain't gonna complain. But you know, but you know, obviously being a rookie out here, you know, I kind of just had the mindset of, hey, just show what you can do, get a couple good finishes, you know, just all that. And you know, I've had the speed. I've had the speed to contend for podiums, maybe even wins, but you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You gotta just take your third places, no matter how painful they are, and you think you maybe could have gotten something more. You just have to take it with your head held high and just say, hey, you know, I did what I could. But you know, if you want to talk about overcoming adversity, you know, I feel like I survived a demolition derby today. But you know, it was a good race all around.
And the way the rain always is always a demolition derby, making it the great equalizer. But we get a week off going into Silverstone. What are your early thoughts of that track?
Well, it's going to be nice going into a Tuesday knowing, hey, I don't have to practice for today. But Britain, Silverstone has always been a decent track of mine. I've, you know, always had speed there. I'm hopefully looking for another podium. I'm not expecting as many course penalties as we got today, but I feel like I can go in there and possibly have a chance for another top 5. And one more thing before I'm done, Maddie, I know you're in chat. I told you I wasn't going to do anything stupid, and I took that promise and I kept it. You're welcome. That's all.
So we're going into the British Grand Prix, and first of all, congratulations, another podium finish to you, Polish. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're going into the British Grand Prix, and unfortunately right now, I'm unsure if I can make it with some external things happening. So there's your bad news of the week. I'll keep you informed, Frozen, of the current situation. But by the way, if I do make it, it won't be on the racetrack, in the booth for Silverstone. So that's really what I got going on. But another great race for all of us. You got your rain race. Now I get to go and I get to watch on the sidelines for the British Grand Prix when it comes around, because it's one of those racetracks where, you know, the former driver would say, yeah, I don't like racing that track. I don't want to go back to race that racetrack. So for me, the booth would be the best place for me. So Frozen, you take it away from here.
If I may interject real quick.
Sure.
I just want to say one thing. Good news. Dion, more points on the board. There we go, Dion.
How about that?
Talking about. But
Yeah, I was just talking to him. He's like, I have 2 points, so now we give him more. Great to
He just
hear.
doubled his points.
You'll love to hear it. Unfortunately, you hate to hear about all the DNFs that happened tonight, but man, what a race. We had a lot of competitive driving out there in the dry conditions, wet conditions. These guys did an amazing job. Next week, we are off. It will be 4th of July, so I hope you get to celebrate with your loved ones. And after that, we will be back for Silverstone on July 11th. So I hope to see you then. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. I know the drivers do, and us in the booth do. So we'll see you at Silverstone. Huge congratulations to Mayor, Rangers, and Polish. Everyone have a great night. That looked pretty brutal.